So please understand, when you pick up the paper, or you're watching TV, and you see so much violence coming at us, that's not all there is. If there are 99 people in a room, and then a couple of guys have a fist fight, the cameras are not going to talk to the 99. They're going to talk to whoever it is who's having a fist fight. And that's just kind of weird. But know that. Don't get discouraged when you see all the baloney that people are coming at you with. Look at the peace. Peace doesn't seem to get as much attention as violence. This brings me to something that I want to submit to you as a medicine for detoxifying Aboriginal self-perception and our word identity. It has to do with the use and misuse of the word warrior. It just drives me nuts when people, they'll introduce me, or they'll write, or they'll come up to me and say, "Buffy, you're such a warrior for peace." And I reject it. I always speak up about it. I am not. I don't make war. I just hate it. And over the past 30 years, it's kind of become trendy to throw that word around as a compliment to anybody who's strong and brave and dedicated to something, a hero, you know? However, in my thinking, that's a very, very specific word, and I think that it ought to be reserved for our soldiers and veterans. A warrior will put his or her life on the line. A warrior will kill somebody else. A warrior is willing to support war and go to war, and in modern days will kill people because a politician tells him to. It's a very specific word, and it's not me, and it's not a whole lot of other people who have been described as warriors or something or other. How come when people talk about Aboriginal men, they refer to them all as warriors? You know, the women are over here and the warriors are over there. In ancient days, were there only warriors? Of course not. People used to do everything. I remember one time my dad said, you know, for what you do, you know, art, music and stuff, we don't have a word for it in Cree. Because everybody did everything, right? But he said, what we would say is, it shines through him, or it shines through her. And the it is what's important, you know. That's that creative energy that all of us are born with. All of us. Were there no peacemakers, philosophers, scientists, builders? I was really thrilled one time when somebody was talking about the difference between Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull. And Crazy Horse they were describing as a true warrior, but Sitting Bull they described as a philosopher. And I didn't really realize that. This was at St. Lester College, which is a Lakota college in South Dakota. Well, I brought up this to Blair Stonechild one day in his office, and he helped me come up with something more accurate to describe what we would think of as a hero. So instead of misusing the W word, warrior, as an all-purpose compliment to somebody, I want to offer you another word whose identity has been overshadowed by the W word, and the word is okitita. Okitita. A worthy young man. That kind of hero. I mean, there's not really a word for it in English, or for a woman, okitita square. Okitita square. But we don't know this word. Somebody who's worthy or brave, a hero, a heroine in the community, someone, a strong person of exceptional value. They're in your university, they're on your faculty, they're among your student body, they're in your communities. It's a good word to know. Okitita. Thank you, Blair. Thank you, Blair. By the way, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, a lot of rock and roll writers had asked me to do my biography, and I would never say yes, because I knew they would get the Saskatchewan part wrong. I knew it. I knew that they would portray me as the little Indian girl who plays the bow and arrow and can make you cry. And I didn't want that. And Blair, you know, being who he is, his education, his knowledge, his understanding, and the fact that he knows a lot of my family, I thought was the perfect person write my biography. No, it's not a rock and roll biography, that's okay. But anybody who writes about me now, I know they're going to refer to Blair. Blair, you're going to be in